Our beloved 8% Hard AF Seltzer is now live in over 2,500 locations across the United States. We're now available in Florida, Georgia, Alabama, Tennessee, North Carolina, Ohio, Idaho, Illinois, Michigan, Montana, Oregon, and Texas. Go to hardafseltzer.com today, click on the store locator, enter your city or zip, and find the nearest location closest to you. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Ross Patterson Revolution! Brought to you by GhostBed.com. Oh, JBs, look at you.
Hello.
What time is your shift at the library today?
Is it the library?
What made you wear those today?
I don't know. I found them. My eyes are tired. Tired eyes. All the kids are home for 9 days.
Jesse.
9 days.
There's no prescription in those things.
No.
So what's the tired eyes mean?
Like it covers up. Do you know what I mean? Like a puffy.
Well, no, when they're that big, it doesn't really cover up the things you're hoping for.
It distracts though, doesn't it?
It does.
Okay.
It does.
So it's like, what am I going to wear? You know.
You've always been hot. There's no need to Jennifer Aniston yourself and make yourself look like a serial killer, is all I'm saying.
But everyone's doing it. There has to be something to it.
Doesn't mean it's great. Doesn't mean it's great. So just throwing that out
So
there.
you're saying it's not good, even though everyone.
I think we've learned a lot from this last election. Celebrities don't matter anymore. So throw them all away, right? We're all done with it. You're the celebrity now, okay? You're the media now, which is nice. Yeah.
Well, I'm scared for us all.
You shouldn't be.
Yeah.
You shouldn't be. They're inviting podcasters up to the White House to sit with the press corps next year. That just got announced today. Ooh. Let's go.
Suit up your Zooms, guys. The Zoom crew.
No, there's no Zooms.
No, like Zoom, the
the podcasting equipment. Do you use that when you're interviewing the press? Like, how does that work?
Yeah, so you know how Gary
for Gare Bear for Street Gonzo,
where he carries the thing and it's like with batteries, that's your
go-to even at the White House?
Yeah, what else?
I need to get prepared.
What else would you do?
I need to get prepared.
What else would you do?
You know, I don't know. I always see those fancy, like, old school, the little squares. Hey, I'm asking a question. You're asking a question. Oh, well, I don't know if the room is mic'd up. I don't know how that works.
That's the Zoom. But the Zoom has like a little
skinnier version?
It has a mic that you could put on where it's just the mic on the end. And it's mic and everything.
Because I need a skinnier version when I go up there.
I'm sure they're going to get smaller. Yeah.
I'm at the top of the list there. So, I'll be there. Okay?
Yeah, I think they have smaller ones.
Okay. Just checking before I go, obviously. Before I go. Big story here at the top, Jabes. Drake. God damn it. R.I.P. to Drake's career. It's over. It's over officially. And sad to see it. I can't tell if I'm happy or I'm sad, to be honest with you.
Right. And this is one of those stories that you're going to explain to me.
Yeah, I'm going to have to.
Because I refuse to get involved.
Well, Ross, nothing was the same.
When what?
I'm just quoting Drake.
Oh, okay.
Oh, because he loves him.
Yeah, he
and
does.
No one loves Drake more than Delco.
He actually does love Drake.
Yeah, I will ride for Drake all day long.
Okay. We are house divided, right? So Bob, no?
Yeah. Dude, fucking Lamar's a little loser. He's a little gremlin.
Whoa.
Wow. This is what's going on right now in the world. And no, Lamar's just dropping bangers. New album came out, just an absolute smash. Told Bob before we got in, because I was like, have you heard? He goes, no. And I go, well, Jack Antonoff from Taylor Swift produced
That's all
it.
I need to hear.
Yep.
I didn't give a fuck about either of these assholes.
Oh, and now.
Until
Jack Antonoff got involved.
From the bleachers.
My God, it's a great album. I've listened to it on repeat for days now at this point. Just absolute bangers.
Plus, Kendrick's verse on the Defying Gravity radio drop is just incredible.
Didn't realize he had an album out.
Amazing, yeah. Well, it's number one. Everybody's talking about it, and the video's number one in the world right now.
Haven't heard a thing.
I know you haven't.
Yeah.
You're the definition of unpopular culture. Whatever's unpopular, you're there.
Drake is the most popular.
No, not anymore. Not anymore. He got dethroned this year.
Though, Delco, do you think still?
Historically, like he just runs Kendrick with
so
streams.
Look,
historically,
I'd
let's
love
go
to say
Kanye.
it. Exactly. Historically, let's go Kanye. Sorry.
Yeah, I also love Kanye. I'm not going to apologize for liking Kanye.
Yeah, good. But, well, shit, even Kanye's still dropping number one songs, so Drake isn't.
Well, they're not worthy of being number one. They just drop and everyone's like, oh, let's listen to this in case it's good. And then they're like, oh, it's not good.
No, did you hear the Hooligan song? The soccer chant one? That was definitely number one.
Whose?
Okay, I haven't heard that one. But I mean, like, every time Kanye drops a song, like, my most famous example of this is when that music video dropped and they're in the big square, like, couch-looking, sofa-looking suits. Who was it? Him and I don't even fucking know. But yeah, like, all his
like
songs.
Stomping in Water or whatever.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, all his songs suck ass. But everyone listens. It's like Adam Sandler, right? It's like, oh, maybe it'll be like Billy Madison again, and you see it, and then you're like, oh, it wasn't.
Nobody thinks that with Adam Sandler at this point.
They
At
do.
this point, no.
No,
But-
they do.
but-
Because you get a Righteous Gems that pops up, and you're like, oh, well, maybe. And then, no.
Wait,
that
Adam's-
happens.
Righteous
This
Gemstones?
Kanye.
Oh, no, not Righteous Gems.
conversation
What was it?
is
Uncut Gems.
That's it. Uncut Gems.
Uncut Gems.
Uncut Gems.
Uncut
But
Gems.
Sorry, I'm
But that's-
excited for the new season of Righteous Gemstones to come out. I just read it this morning. It
I didn't
comes
like
out
that movie, though.
next year. Everybody,
one liked it.
I did. I did.
Uncut Gems?
Yep, I did.
Didn't you see all the gambling holes in it?
Well, as far as like the plot wise of it, like, yeah, they should have had a gambling tech on set. Like, that would have been easy.
it's what the whole movie's about.
Right. But the performances, the way it was shot, all of it was fucking awesome. Where you're just like, hey, can you just get the gambling terms close?
Here's the thing, though. Most people don't gamble. Most people don't know. Most people don't care.
Exactly.
It's the same
that
thing.
That is it.
It's the same thing with, like, I remember someone told me, I was like, man, Ozark, I feel like it's such a good show, especially because it seems like they get a lot right financially, and someone DM me and it's like, it's fucking garbage. Like, it's fun, but it's like, all the financial stuff they talk about on there, it's a fucking
couldn't wash
joke.
that money.
Yeah.
I don't like a movie that tries to force upon anxiety on me.
Well, I mean, look, that's the point of it. And if you don't get the point, you don't like it, that's fine. That's the same reason I don't like dragons. And we've had this debate for years. Like, I don't like that stupid shit because there's not going to be a dragon that's going to show up.
What about
in
like
my
a
backyard.
punch? Do you remember like a punch drunk love? Talk about anxiety.
Exactly. And
He was just doing that. He was trying that on for size for a second.
But Uncut Gems was different because the way they cut it and the sound of it, where you were just like, you could just hear all those voices all the time. You were like, fucking A, I want to get out of here. But I did like it. But with Drake and Kendrick Lamar, when you sue not only a record label, which is Universal Music, is what he's suing, and
yeah, so that's what I'm saying. You got to.
He's suing Spotify,
Okay.
specifically for the song "They Not Like Us," which was the biggest song of all of 2024.
Okay.
He's nominated for 5 Grammys for it. All
Drake
the
is?
things. No, Kendrick Lamar.
Okay.
This is a Kendrick Lamar song.
Okay.
And so Drake is suing Spotify and Universal, saying that they use bots to push up the numbers of "They Not Like Us" to not only be number one in the world and get all these streams and all this other stuff and break all the records, but also that it is damaging his career because the song is a diss track about Drake, and more specifically, it calls him a pedophile throughout the entire song.
Right.
So that's if you're gonna start a rap beef, if you want to, those are the repercussions. Sorry, it was the biggest song in the world. Like,
Right.
I think "Hit 'Em Up" by Tupac and maybe "No Vaseline" back in the day by Ice Cube were that big, where they were diss tracks of like the most horrific shit of all time. And there's nothing you could do. It took off into popular culture, and we all love the goddamn songs.
Hit 'Em Up is so disrespectful because Tupac's like, I'm going to let my homie run on you.
Yep.
Like, I'm not even, you're not even worthy of me.
Correct. And the end of it, I'll make my fofo make sure all your kids don't grow. I still remember those goddamn words. And the same way we're going to remember Kendrick Lamar saying A minor, dragging that out forever. But when you sue someone like this in public, it's no longer like rap or hip hop anymore. Now it's everything that Kendrick Lamar said of you're the whitest person on the face of the earth. You don't deserve to say the N-word because you're too white. Please stop saying it. It makes me fucking cringe, and it makes our entire culture cringe. Mm-hmm. Now you're doing the whitest thing of all time, which is suing, which is what whites
Jewish,
do.
Right?
He is Jewish.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's what whites do. It's the ultimate honky move in the end where you're like, oh, so not only is everything he said about you true, but now you're going to use your lawyers to say this and go and fight the biggest song of 2024?
But the other thing is that it is kind of true what he's saying, too. This came out a while ago with, like, Ariana Grande songs and stuff like that, where people are like, I'm sorry, but there's no way. And it was found out later that, you know, people were paid and things happened to get them to...
There, in fact, was no way.
There, in fact, was no way.
Yeah.
And so it's true, and also it's a bitch move, right? Where, like, the amount of bots maybe were so... It was maybe to, like, push something over the edge or whatever, but it was going there, right?
Yeah.
But it also could, like, pump something into the zeitgeist of society because, like, it's just front and center. It's put in front of you.
Again, yeah, you want to...
Plays and streams.
Even if it's good already, which it is, it's a great song. It helps push it up
and
into the
especially
algorithm and
at
get
that
to
time,
know...
when it's a diss track, you want it to be number one at a certain time, and in order to do that, instead of a slow build,
Look,
you get there, right?
The song is Barry Bonds on steroids. Didn't need it.
Yeah.
Right.
Already talented.
Yeah, exactly.
And it was already the greatest song ever. So, like, or of the year. But
he probably did find some, but it makes it even more of a bitch move because it's like, there are some. Right.
But, like, for me, with this, like, let's say that was true. And we've talked about this in the past with Spotify in particular. Spotify bought a bunch of huge podcasts that we hated. One was Meghan Markle's, one was Barack Obama and Bruce Springsteen. Those were magically at the top of the charts. Remember, Meghan's was knocked off Joe Rogan, was #1 in the world. Not one fucking prayer was it. But here's the difference. Once it gets there, yes, you could push something to popularity, but then it's got to be good or people...
You can't keep doing it.
Yeah,
for sure.
And so with this, could they have used bots? Potentially. But it was so great, it wouldn't have mattered anyways. And if it sucked, it would have fallen all the way down and blah, blah, blah. Like the Kanye example you brought up, Bob, with the one on the box. That one was #1 for that week and then crashed the next week. It was down like 70% or whatever the fuck it was. And that song was all over. I can't even name the fucking song anymore. But
who was in it? It was like Juicy J with them or something like that.
It was somebody cheesy. God, I forget who it was. But it was a troll video, essentially, is what it was. And just to see what would happen. And they released it, and it did exactly what you thought, and then it plummeted because it sucked. But with this, it was already great. And now, you not only lost this battle, and you're trying to fight for your career at this point, but now you're suing on top of it for that singular song that is now nominated for a Grammy. Because let's look at the next 3 months for Kendrick Lamar. They're massive. You got the Grammys. He's performing at the Super Bowl. He's got a new album out, and then he's got a world tour right after the Super Bowl. Sorry, it's going to get worse.
He's just going to write a diss track about bots. Do you know what I mean? Like,
maybe that's where we are.
Give him more shit, please.
But
that's the way he does it. Do you know what I mean? Give me more shit to talk shit about.
There's only one way for him to win now. He's got to literally beat the shit out of Kendrick Lamar on camera with his bare hands.
I think, hey, guys, I'm going to go old school with it.
Kill him. He's got to
kill him. Yes.
He's got to kill him.
Yes.
Shoot him.
That's the only way at this point. No, there was already an attempt on Drake. And the bodyguard got shot up outside of his house.
I mean, there needs to be an attempt.
Drake starts hella shit, though. I mean, remember the story back in the day about how Tony Parker got injured because of Drake?
Oh, yeah, dude.
Because he sent a note to Chris Brown, noted reasonable, rational human being Chris Brown.
Yep.
That was like, I'm fucking the love of your life, because he was with Rihanna at that point.
Mm-hmm.
And Yeah, I think Chris Brown just started throwing bottles of champagne and shit. By the way, the funniest part of Not Like Us is how Kendrick Lamar is angry that he fucked Serena Williams.
No, so he said, well, because she's Compton.
I know.
And that's the hilarious part where he was like, hey,
Fuck are we talking?
you don't deserve Compton. Like, you don't deserve any part of Compton whatsoever. That made me laugh the hardest.
Can I offer
Sounds like he earned it. Sounds like he earned that one.
I loved it.
Can I
loved all of
offer
it.
up some counterpoints, though, where I don't really feel like rappers are that hard anymore since the Diddy situation came out. There's a lot of people tied to that where they're getting fucked.
Well, so hey, great comment,
including
actually.
Tupac.
Great. Hey, by the way, great comment because I know you haven't listened to the album,
Kanye too.
but the album in there, Kendrick Lamar said, "Right now," one of the the lines in one of his songs says, "Right now, you better pick one girl and stay with her because all of this shit is going down." That is literally one of the lines on there where they're coming after everybody, and he goes, and then he referenced Cat Williams, and he goes, "All that shit is coming for all these people." So. Pick a girl right now, stay with her because it's going to get bad out there. And you were like, oh, well, shit. How much does he know, too?
Right.
So it's all in there.
Yeah, this whole beef, too, is giving a little bit. Remember Jimmy Kimmel and Aaron Rodgers? Right? Where they're like talking shit back and forth, talking shit back and forth. Aaron Rodgers says one thing, and then Jimmy Kimmel's like, I'm going to sue you for defamation. And it's just like, now you're dumb. You're over.
It was also a pedophile accusation, so.
Yeah.
Exactly right. So the one way to prove that you're probably a pedophile is to sue people for just saying it.
But here's the thing.
See, but I would
That's all.
actually.
But everybody on the
bring that
internet said
fucking
that-
hammer down on someone if they did that.
Right. And everybody on the internet said the same thing of like, hey, if the allegations weren't true and he just sang a song about you being a pedophile, why didn't you sue him for defamation and not Spotify and Universal?
Good point.
So everybody's asking about that too.
Because he doesn't want him to look into that.
Yeah. So I think a lot of people are going to lay low for a long time because that trial is coming up in May, by the way. So that is on course for May 3rd.
And you've been through a lot more lawsuits and troubles than I have. But so defamation, the only way that it works is if it's true, right?
Correct.
Okay.
And you got to prove it.
And you have to prove that it's true what you said.
Yep.
And then it's not defamation.
Yes.
Okay.
So that's the only way out of that, and then you
So that's why you don't.
But
he doesn't sue for defamation.
And here's why too. So like when a trial first starts and the lawsuits go back and forth, the first round is this thing called discovery, and it's information about that whatever that particular case is you're being sued for. So let's say
they can pull up anything.
But let's say it was a pedophile, right?
Yeah.
So if you're going to sue for that song and you said, hey, so and so called me a pedophile, and then you sued Kendrick Lamar. The first ask in discovery for Kendrick Lamar is saying, great, I want your text messages. I want your DMs. I want everything from Millie Bobby Brown or whoever the people were that were accused of him talking to that were underage. I want all of those text messages and those DMs, and then we'll go from there.
And they're like, ooh.
Yeah.
And by the way, even if he didn't do anything, there's still collateral damage issues. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like other shit they
That's
could
what
find.
I mean. So
right. So even if he is literally not a pedophile,
yes,
who knows? He probably isn't. Like
but
I'll always err on the
since
side
you
of
have
not.
to hand everything over,
They're gonna find shit. It might
exactly.
Yep.
Which is why the Johnny Depp thing too, and Amber Heard was so, like, we were so on his side because he was like, you know what? Fuck it. Find all my shit. Yes, I'm a drug addict. Yes, I do. You know what I mean? Like, yes, I slam fucking cabinets. Like, you're going to find all the shit. Go ahead. But I didn't do this.
Yeah.
Right?
Yep.
So that's why it was a little bit badass because they do have to go through everything.
It was
Correct.
essentially she was daring him to. The only way to beat her was to burn everything down, and he was like, "Fuck it," and lit it all on
I'm
fire.
going, yeah.
And that's the other thing too, because if you're suing someone as well, so let's say Bob, you're suing fucking Drake or whatever it is, right? He's gonna flip it on you and say, "Great, I want all your fucking text messages regarding the same material or anything you've looked at, internet history, and all that other shit," and it'll come out eventually, one way or the other, because that's the only way to win the case. So
right, but the countersuit has to be in regards to Spotify and not right.
yeah. So
it's just going to be music stuff and documents about.
But with this one, here's the other part where I can't figure it out, because not only does this kill your career versus what you're doing and as a rapper, But Spotify is the second biggest music platform in the world behind iTunes.
Right.
If I'm a Spotify exec, then I do the opposite. I throttle all of Drake's shit, and I'm like, great, man. You want to find Drake? Have fun. Put it in all caps and put the hyphens in and spell out the words just to find these fucking songs. Or remove his catalog from all of Spotify. Because they got to pay royalties on that shit anyways. Why not? I mean, artists have removed their catalogs from Spotify. Remember over the Joe Rogan thing and Trump and everything else where...
They'll be leaving a lot of money on the table.
Yeah, so I think...
Spotify.
No, Spotify actually wants to get out of the music industry because they have to pay royalties. So their biggest artist, I would argue they would rather just cut. And that's...
And I think it is a little bit more private than like an Apple, right? Where they can do what they... Almost like a YouTube. Like, we can do what we want. Like, if we want to shadow ban, if we want to whatever...
If we want to drop Drake's catalog, they can drop it.
They also put out a worse product. Like Spotify, the compressed files are worse than Apple.
As far as the quality sound of music?
You can tell the difference.
That's what Tidal was running off of like, hey, we've got the highest quality for these songs and everything else, but it's the ease and comfort, and like, let's face it, today's kids don't give a fuck, but yeah. So I mean, Spotify, if he is suing Spotify, let's say, like, they could be like, well, we're a company that can do what we want. Right. Now, conversely, because Drake is suing also for damaging of his career, let's say they find that it was 10 bots, just 10, 20, whatever it is. If they find any, Spotify's going to have to pay him out. And
if they find any? Oh, well, there is some.
Any linked to Spotify? Because you've got to assume that there's always going to be bots.
Yep.
Right. There's always going to be like.
But you've got to tie them to Spotify or Universal. And now the conversation this morning between Spotify and Universal's lawyers is, okay, did we not? What's the real truth here? And potentially settle this privately.
For sure, because I think, in my opinion now, the internet is just mostly bots.
Probably.
There 100% is, and there was already talk about it with other artists. So to your point, if there is only 10, he's going to get paid.
Well, then I wish the bots would come to this channel on YouTube.
Right. But also, by the way,
let's drive up these numbers.
And it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if there are no effects of it. If it is just 10 bots, the headline's the headline.
Yep.
Right?
Yeah.
And he will get paid. There's a reason why he's doing this, like, or he has something like that, because he's like, I'm getting paid. I'm done. Kendrick just literally ended me. I'm done. I'm going to make some money and live in Canada or whatever, right?
Maybe that is the final and that is the final end game for him, because right now whatever he puts out, I just don't buy as a cool rapper anymore.
Yeah, he's burnt it to the ground.
That's what I think.
For now, everybody loves a comeback, and like I was saying,
they do, but you take a good 3 to 5 years off, and
he's already had a couple.
Yeah, you take a good 3 to 5 years off, and but at that point he's in his mid-40s. And it gets tough, man. I mean, you're seeing it with Lil Wayne and all these guys. Like,
well, Lil Wayne's brain is mush.
Yeah.
Yeah, but also even Eminem, like his Eminem, are you really amped about an Eminem album?
Drake is also he says himself, he's a singing brother. He's not just a rapper.
I think, and Drake's big advantage too is like, so Lil Wayne and even more so Eminem, and this is a problem a lot of bands have from that era too, is a lot of their stuff was super like youth based. Like, this is coming from the voice of a young person.
Yeah.
But Drake is just like, here's a club hit I made a computer make. Do you know what I mean? Like, it's not, he's almost more like R&B. That an R&B guys kind of like go longer and longer.
He's a pop star.
And and he's a pop star. All that matters is
does your grandma like him?
Yeah. You know what I mean? He makes music for women.
Yes.
Right? He makes music for women that women then force men to put on at parties and at the clubs and stuff like that.
Yes. He makes music for men that get women, Rob.
No, he makes
don't like
I think exactly what Bob said. And good for you.
I'm a lover of music for women, so it's not even an insult to me. But I'm just saying he makes music for chicks. Chicks will make dudes play it. Boom. It doesn't even matter what dudes think, like, oh, he's a bitch now, whatever. Like women don't care. The women don't care. They just want something to dance to.
If it's a banger, we don't give a shit.
We forget.
You know what I mean? If we can fucking dance and sing. Yeah, you're right. You're right.
He's just got to come out and fuck Kendrick's wife.
Yeah, not
Does he have a wife?
Yeah. Kendrick's married. Kids, everything.
For a long time?
Long time. Puts him in the videos and everything else.
Let us not forget Drake has a fucking hog.
Yeah.
Look at this little
but
gremlin.
still.
Look at this guy.
Whatever, dude.
He's
What a
pimp,
fucking
dude.
piece.
Whatever.
Nah, this is like a
Dude.
normal person with a normal, pretty wife.
Yep.
Nothing but respect for Kendrick.
Living a normal life.
mean,
Doesn't
Drake-
do any of the bullshit either.
Yeah.
Like, he doesn't even do any press. Even his album release, nobody knew, and it was just.
He's a little weirdo.
It was literally just
That's fucking sweet.
a link.
though,
It was
dude.
just a link on his Twitter, and that was it. And I was up that night writing, and so like it was like 12:01, and I clicked it, and I was like, because I follow him, and he rarely posts either. That's the other thing. So when he posts something, you know that it's something rad, where you're just like, all right, and then boom, there it was, and it was a brand new album, and no one knew.
I think that feeds into why Drake is like, how is it number one? Like, he doesn't fucking tell anybody about it. Like,
anything.
You know, so he's like, dude, let me look into this. Yeah, exactly. He's burnt it all to the ground, whatever. But Bob said something that really describes actually his whole music, like, genre. Coming from the voice of a young person.
Yeah.
But like a young girl. Like, that's your entire music catalog. Coming from the voice of a young girl.
Yeah. And
He likes the angst of like a young girl, doesn't he?
And that's another line in this Kendrick Lamar album where he goes, dude, all these people are old talking about subjects that no one cares about anymore, and they're too old for it. And yes, you're right.
I want to hear a young person say it though, still, like to Bob's point.
Same,
like,
but they've got to be young. Like, I can't hear it from Eminem anymore.
No.
Right. There is a certain amount, and I feel bad for a lot of talented bands that happened to. I actually think Blink-182 avoided it pretty decently with their most recent album.
I
'cause
did
was a
too.
good-
It was really
a good
good.
album.
Yeah,
but a lot
yeah.
of these, like, I remember I listened to Sum 41 recently had an album come out. It's their last album. And it was fine. There was some pop punky hits in it or whatever, but it is still just like you're.
As soon as you said it, though, we all started laughing because it's like we were done with Sum 41
Bob,
15 years ago.
how'd you know that Sum 41 had a new album?
They're getting some radio play right now.
You're the only
Really?
person in
Yeah.
Austin that listens to the radio.
No, I listen to Sirius. I listen to Sirius XM because I want to hear new shit, and that's the only
No,
place
Bob
to
is
do
on
it.
the dial. Like,
I'm on the dial, baby.
Oh, you're on the dial
I'm on
still?
the dial.
He's on the like
Old school.
local like rock.
God, we do have
Pop
one. We do have one
stations.
great radio station here. It's 97.1. It's whatever the ACL one is. It's really fucking good. But
How's that?
Bob would
How's
know.
that? Sum 41 album.
Yeah. How? Oh,
Yeah,
sorry,
how
I didn't
was it?
hear. It was good, or
It was fine.
They
but
were
it
too
wasn't-
old?
It was too old mostly because it was still a lot. Like Blink-182 was just like we're adults, but our music's gonna sound roughly the same because this is who we are. But Sum 41 was still kind of like. Yeah, we're fucking young and we're rebels. And
Yeah.
Or like Avril Lavigne has a song from like 10 years ago when she's already like 40, basically. Like,
So
here's to never
true.
growing up.
Yeah,
and it's
yeah.
just like, dude, there's a line. It's like, yeah, we're still living this way. I'm like, that is not what you think it is.
in any other world, that would be a tragic statement. But because of who you are and what you have or whatever, it's like, cool.
Craigers just gave you $100.
Me?
Yeah, I said, here you go, Jables.
For what? To
Thanksgiving.
get some new glasses?
An optometrist, yeah.
Yeah.
Optometrist, yeah.
For Thanksgiving?
I don't know. It just says, here you go, Jables.
Craig.
It's a winky face. We love you, Craigers.
Craig, it's been such a long time, sweet
know, he's
boy.
back.
I
Yeah.
think, you know what's funny too?
He came into some money. You got liquid?
I believe it's his wife's birthday today. So
Is it really?
Oh,
Happy
Give another,
birthday.
So he's
give another
given-
woman.
yeah.
birthday.
And she does not listen.
To the show, no.
Rightly so. And I don't think likes me, which is okay. But tell her I said happy birthday.
Happy birthday, yeah.
And,
I'm sorry,
and
it was a couple days ago, it seems. Facebook served me an old.
okay,
Oh,
well,
sorry.
you
But
know, but
you're
still, I haven't said it yet, right?
No, you haven't. You haven't.
Craig's
dear.
sweet boy.
Yeah, we love you.
He knows.
We love you.
He knows.
Look, we got a short week here this week, kids. So we're going to do the sponsors right now and then go hard afterwards. First and foremost, ghostbed.com/drinking bros. Pull it up, Bob. I think the Black Friday sale has started, right? The African American Friday sale?
Yeah, they it starts earlier and
There's a
everywhere.
timer at the top.
Everyone just starts their sale.
There you go.
the
It
week
says,
before.
congratulations, 50% off will be applied there. All right, awesome. So they're back doing 50% off the promo code Drinkin' Bros at checkout. Bundle packages, scroll down there, Bob. The Ghost Bed Classic is great. How much is that? Shit, it's only $700.
What the cloud? That's a great price.
That's a fucking awesome.
And
price
by
for
the way,
mattress.
the classic of Ghost Bed is better than any other. Like, even if you just got the standard, it's better than any other bed in a box situation. And then you can go up from there.
Correct. They're the best in the biz over there. Bundle package. Boom, pop that up right there, Bob. That is the adjustable base right there. And then you get the pillows with it. That bundle package rocks. Sold out of weighted blankets, so you can't get those anymore. But right now, you're also getting 2 free luxury pillows as well if you just get a mattress over at ghostbed.com/Drinkin Bros. All their products are made in the good old U.S. of A. And at checkout, you're going to see a little box to check that says, hey, would you like to stretch this out over 3 years? Zero interest? As long as you have decent credit? Yes, I would. I would like that. And then, boom, you're paying $45 a month over there. Well worth it. Christmas is right around the corner, obviously. This is a big-ticket item that you and the missus or the mister
can you go down really quick to that guy in the van?
Oh, that's right. They got mattresses for RVs.
So my dad is fixing up a Petito van himself, Gabby Petito van. So maybe I should get him one for this, right?
Yeah, get him one for
So
Christmas.
they're saying they have like all different RV.
They do. They've got them all.
All right, doing it. I'm doing it.
All right. They rock.
Cool.
They rock at ghostbed.com/Drinkin Bros. Last but not least is hardafseltzer.com. We're live in 12 states. Thanksgiving is obviously here in a couple days. A lot of people losing family, friends over the election. Now they're going to see them in real life. The only way you're going to get through the dinner is with some 8% seltzers, for Christ's sakes. If you see a green apple on the side of the box at your stores, guess what? It's all the new flavors. They're liquid Jolly Ranchers. I was at the doctor today. The assistant was like, yo, dude, I've gone through like 3 of these and had no idea.
So
I know. She's like, dude, all the women are drinking them in the neighborhood now. I didn't know that wine was 11%. So like, shit.
Yeah, between 11 and 14, but then the sugars and everyone with wine.
Right. And that's what they were saying. They were like, hey, dude, we would rather drink this because
you
it's
can't
the same.
get those down.
And you don't want to pour it into like a, one of those metal fucking shakers or whatever.
Decanter?
Yeah.
And by the way, Hard AF is clear. So, if you're going to a soccer game or something like that.
Never know. I know.
Get you a little look. That's LaCroix.
Yep.
You know?
When the kids ask,
you want to get fancy, decant your Hard AF.
Exactly. Yeah, let it breathe. It smells like Jolly Ranchers, so they're all liquid Jolly Ranchers, for Christ's sakes.
Yeah, you do have a nose.
I know. Well, we did that
too. Yeah,
we did that on purpose. But,
I love it.
But head on out there. Live in 12 states right now. A ton of grocery stores and all that other stuff. And look, the rivalry week is this week. We're doing something at the University of Ohio, the Ohio State University for the Michigan game. And that is going to be at Standard Hall on campus. There's going to be a massive Hard AF Seltzer party down there on campus if you can't get into the game. Tickets are always expensive for the game this weekend.
That's
and we'll be
where
going
I would
live.
Be, just saying.
Exactly. We'll be live on Drinkin Bros Sports for a live watch of that game. Also, if you're out there and you're having a 12-pack, you love it, and you want to invest in the company, go to wefunder.com/hardafseltzer. We've left 30% of the company open up to you to invest in. That way, when you're drinking it, taking pictures of it, sharing it with friends and family, at least you own the company and it's going to good use. I put the link here at the top of the YouTube page so you can invest. And that way, hopefully, you'll take pictures and give it out and all that other fun stuff. And then you'll make money at the end of the day. We couldn't just keep asking you guys to help us out with shit and not actually give you a piece of the company. Want to update you on the Menendez thing here, Jabes. So much going on here. We'll start with the wife situation. Now, we talked about that a few weeks ago, and we thought it was weird. It was strange. And we predicted, or at least I did on the show, that as soon as he got out of prison, he would ditch that Uggo and start hitting the streets. He is already legally separated from her.
So it's not, it's Lyle Menendez, by the way.
Yep.
So as we know, Eric and Lyle are very different.
Sure are.
They were different in the crime, different in prison.
Yep.
They're different people. Eric has been married to Tammy and father to her son. Since 1999, they are still together.
Son or daughter?
Sorry, daughter.
Yeah.
They are still together. Everything's great with that. Now, Lyle, on the other hand, has been divorced before. Then he remarried.
Yep.
And then now he is separated from the wife that we thought, oh, okay, like that he's been with.
For what, 18 years or something like that?
Yeah. So divorce one because he was talking to the second wife.
Sure.
Right?
Yep.
Now he is talking to a 21-year-old
Yep.
British
Yes.
student, Millie Buxey. Millie
a fun
Buxey.
name.
She's cute.
That's a fun name. Yeah. Look at that. Bob's already found her Instagram.
Yep.
Unbelievable. No?
Wrong one. A different Millie Buxey.
She is cute though. Cute blonde girl.
There she is.
Yeah. And they've
for
been
just out of
talking.
prison.
No, well, he's not out of prison. It's good for in prison, you know?
Incredible for in prison.
For in prison, it's incredible.
So this kind of came out, and people were like, what? Forcing his wife, Rebecca, to come out and say, oh, we've been separated for a while. This isn't a cheating scandal.
Yep.
But there are now reports that he is talking to and having visits from other girls as well. So maybe Millie's going to be mad. I don't know.
Not sure, but the other update is this. They were going in for a resentencing hearing and hearing testimony from witnesses. It's nice to know that we're not the only ones who have internet issues. True story. I don't know if you heard this
Because they already
yesterday.
started with the witnesses or no? 'Cause
No,
there's 6.
there was an internet issue in the courtroom. So they could not connect the two brothers to the court. So that hearing has now been pushed till January 30th. Imagine thinking you're going to be home for the holidays and they're like, man, there's an internet issue. We're going to have to push this till January 30th. What? So, first of all, let's get into the girlfriend sitch, right? If you're trying to get out, not a great time to announce that whatsoever.
Yeah.
The other part, too, is the two witnesses they're allowing them to testify are like in their fucking 80s and 90s, and they're relatives of the Menendezes.
Yeah.
I don't know if they'll make it that long.
Yeah, true. Are they in their 80s? Like there's like a cousin, and then
there's a woman they wheeled in yesterday who looks like
That's the
she was
aunt.
on. She had one foot in the grave.
That's
and
the
I'm
aunt.
like, she ain't gonna make it. 2
I don't
more
know
months.
if she's necessarily a witness, but she's definitely a character witness. She was, but
Yes, so they're using two character
she's
witnesses.
not
yeah.
even there. She's not mentally there.
No, she's gonna be long gone here.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know what's gonna happen now. You know, new DA and all that other stuff, and yeah, I think people because you give enough people time off. Kind of like the OJ thing, where you look back on it, because there was a lot of people who were amped about him getting off and all that other shit, right? And then there was enough time off where everybody turned and they were like, oh, fuck, he murdered 2 people, right? This could be another situation where on Twitter yesterday, when this was announced and everything was going down, I saw a lot more people posting actual, like gruesome, by the way, crime scene photos. Have you looked at them?
Yeah.
I mean, the real ones?
Yes. And that's why.
Holy shit. So I saw them for the first time yesterday on Twitter.
Oh.
And I mean,
Yeah.
you want to talk about like a hand being blown off a body, like,
Because the
Yep.
mom had her hand up saying,
and it just blew the hand off, right? So you give enough people enough time to look at this shit, they might change their fucking minds. And the more and more time this gets pushed, because you'll forget about the series. There'll be a fun new series that comes out, or somebody will go see Wicked or whatever the fuck it is, and then you'll start to forget about this. This was their time and their moment, and now it's getting pushed. And I don't know if these fuckers get out.
well, it's exactly what I told you was going to happen. And no, they're not.
Look, I don't think they should be either, but now the public is turning because you forget like how fast everything comes up.
I think Eric should get out.
Oh, like
Sorry. I think they should let Eric out.
like the retarded boy in Making a Murderer. He should probably have gotten out there either, too.
No, I think it's pretty clear that Lyle is like a lying, weird ass piece of shit.
Yeah.
That Eric went along with it.
Yeah, at 18.
And he's also a piece of shit for doing that. But listen, if you're gonna do it,
we'll see.
Send Eric home with Tammy. You
know?
Sweet Tammy.
Sweet Tammy. Speaking of murders, Alec Baldwin's back again, thank God.
Oh.
God damn it, man. I mean, you give that guy an inch and he'll do a whole fucking marathon. Comes back to SNL, does his fucking bullshit, and, and they're like, oh, welcome back. And he's like, oh, well, shit, I'm beloved again. I can go back to being an asshole. Goes on, I don't know what fucking news conference or wherever the fuck he was last night giving this speech. But he just won't shut the fuck up, dude. So he goes up and just says Americans are fucking dumb and uneducated after the election, and you're just, I mean, everyone. Oh. Everyone. And you're listening to this and you're like, there's no way you're saying this right now. Play the clip. Type in Alec Baldwin on Twitter and play this clip, Bob.
Yeah, where was this, though?
It's hard to tell, because it looks like a conference.
You never know if it's some like panel or like, because they just say shit wherever, right? So
I'm going to text it to you, Bob. Okay. So I'm going to, let's see. We'll go to your DMs on Twitter.
Yep, I got it.
Yeah, what is?
Yeah, right there. There you go.
Is it something for the movie?
No, it's not. He won't do anything for the movie.
Oh, okay.
So what is this?
Which, by the way, is fucked up since that movie's funding the family of the woman he killed.
Right.
Yeah, and
Buddy,
like,
you should be hitting the fucking road, promoting this everywhere you can.
I know.
No shit.
I know.
This is like the charity you need to be doing right now.
Exactly. Go ahead and play this.
In my country, without going into significant detail, half the people in the country are happy and half the people in the country are very unhappy. It's a very difficult time in the United States. And I think the only way people can learn what is happening, and film is unique in this way, not only what's happening in the United States, but around the world. What's happening from the news. Television news in the United States is a business. They have to make money. And again, not to go into great detail about that, but there's a hole, there's a vacuum. There is a gap, if you will, in information for Americans. Americans are very uninformed about reality, what's really going on. With climate change, Ukraine, Israel, you name it, all the biggest topics in the world, Americans have an appetite for a little bit of information. That vacuum is filled by the film industry. Not just the independent film industry, not just the documentary film industry, which are very important around the world, but by narrative films as well, where the filmmakers,
films aren't important. Like I love you, but they're not.
They used to be.
The streamers are willing to go that way. They're willing to try to make films that are not only entertaining but informative as well.
So we're all just dumb Americans who know nothing and care about, like even bringing Ukraine into it, where you're like, why should I care? Like, I don't live there. Why is that my fucking problem? Israel, sorry for Israel, but it's not my country. So yeah, I don't really care about it. Why does he care? I don't know, because he's a fucking actor who fucking killed someone?
It looks like he's trying to get funding to make movies, to be informative or documentaries or whatever.
I mean, he is literally just his character from Team America at this point.
Yes.
Right.
That's all I was thinking.
He's saying the news isn't doing enough, that there's nothing in America that's telling people anything. The only thing that can do it is film.
Yeah.
So who's he trying to get money for and for what? But anyway.
I don't know, but the fact that he's out here so quickly, right after all this shit happened, boy, just sit it out for a few years. Just take a couple years off, or go and promote that movie, help that family, help the victim.
Yeah.
Like even the post, they dropped the poster a couple days ago. The poster looks great. Did you actually anybody read a review of the movie? Is it any good? Do we even know that?
How many reviews would there even be? It only showed in Poland, right? I guess people could be getting screeners.
Yeah, because right now they're doing, SAG screeners and all that stuff posters cool, So,
okay.
Yeah. I mean, look, that's kind of what the
indie,
movie is.
Right? It's supposed to be
indie.
super
exactly.
indie, yeah.
Exactly.
Okay.
Having Jake Busey is the number 3 name on the poster is probably not going to help.
Yeah, I would probably put...
This is actually, this is a stunning cast.
Yeah.
In not a good way.
Right.
So, with that, and then he's out there shilling for fucking money from our movies and stuff. It's like, hey, dude, no, just absolutely no. But speaking of movies, though, outside of Alec Baldwin's bullshit, Bob, you're going to be happy to know, went with the kids on a field trip Friday, and Wicked was very good. It's a very good movie.
Everything you want it to be, probably.
Yeah, Bob. So I would say take the wife. Take the wife. It's good. And as much as I've bashed Ariana Grande on the show, and I hate her, and she's a mindless little robot, her character is actually a mindless little robot in this, and it is perfect. She might be nominated for an Oscar, and that kills me to say.
I mean, the musical helps.
But her voice is, Jesus Christ.
She's got an incredible voice.
Yes. That has never been in doubt. And then her singing throughout the movie, too, she carries it. And then going against that Arrivo chick.
Yeah.
She kind of bodies the Arrivo chick. And,
I assume Arrivo's getting a nom, almost certainly.
Yeah, it would have to be main and supporting.
Yes, you've got to go main and supporting there. Otherwise... they're going to have to go against each other, and that's not great.
Yeah.
But it is good, and as much as I hate to say it, it's worth it. I think it made $125 million this weekend, and then rolling into Thanksgiving, it's going to kill, and rightfully so. So
now, how is her boyfriend? How's SpongeBob?
So great question. SpongeBob himself is a good actor. He is a character actor. He is a Broadway actor. He is just as ugly on screen as he is in all the pictures we've shown. His voice is just as awful as you thought it was. For that character, though, it was perfect. And guess who he was playing, Bob?
Who?
One of the fucking Munchkins.
Yeah.
Oh, he was a Munchkin?
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
So was he
but also,
was he not supposed to be there? Was he the first Munchkin in witch school or something like that?
The beauty of it is, he's in the Ariana Grande character says, "Hey, I think you should date this other chick in a wheelchair." Right?
Yeah.
And he's like, "Oh yeah, I'll do it for you." And but he really loves Ariana Grande, and Ariana Grande doesn't love him, and you're like, "Oh boy, that should have been a real life script too."
Yeah. Art reflects reality. Maybe
it should have.
He could be a cuck.
They had too many scenes together.
From what I hear, he was the only straight guy on set.
You can't fuck.
It was him and
literally.
It was Bo and Yang. So it
Bo
was
and
him and Bo
Yang,
and Yang.
then even the other
He's
guy.
gay.
Is the super handsome guy gay?
Yes.
Yeah, he looks it.
He is.
He is gay.
And so it's that's who
that's theater,
it would have.
Theater Kid 101 right
I
there.
know,
Wow,
man.
dude.
Just be the only straight guy.
Oh my God.
Mystery
and
solved.
gravitate towards, right? And she goes, "That's my man."
Yep.
That's one.
What Hugh's been doing since he got his divorce. You know what I mean? Just running through it.
Yeah. Super straight sex in vaginas.
So here's the thing: he is a good actor, and
I assumed he was talented. You don't get the lead in a Broadway show, even if it's SpongeBob or whatever, without being insanely good.
But he's just so dorky that you're like, oh man, he should have been so grateful for whoever that first wife was with the kid, and man, it just wasn't good enough, and he said fuck it.
Would you
You
suggest?
guys shoot your shot.
Yeah, well, he did.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Would you suggest that Bob takes his wife to see his girlfriend, though?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
You think him and the wife should go and see his girlfriend?
I think
She knows.
I think
well aware.
there's visually, there's nothing stunning enough that you're going to want to go to IMAX for it. So if you watch it on Disney Plus whenever it comes out or whatever, you're fine. But you'll have the same thing. Whereas Gladiator, because I saw that too, and they've been trying to do this Glicked thing, which hasn't connected for anyone
It's
really.
the best one since Barbenheimer, but it's no Barbenheimer.
No, and
It's Suits trying to make things go. Let's do
Let's do Gladiator. Now, both movies
no.
did great this weekend. So did Gladiator 2. I actually thought Gladiator 2 was fine, but it wasn't. It didn't blow my dick off. Like, and I love Denzel Washington a lot. Like, he's probably one of my favorite actors of all time.
Homeboy is just kind of not the guy.
No, he's kind of stiff.
He
and
doesn't
like,
have the riz. He's a piece of wood.
Yeah, Russell Crowe was just so fucking good in the original that you're like, man, I'd run through a brick wall for Russell Crowe. I don't really want to run through a wall for that.
This dude's
guy.
just an Irishman.
You really can't. Yeah, you are replacing Russell Crowe with a replacement level actor. You know what I mean? Like it's taking Shohei Ohtani out of the lineup and just putting an average hitter in his place.
Right, because some of those lines in the original Gladiator, when you just write it down and you read it, it's like, oh, this isn't that good. But then Russell Crowe just makes it incredible.
Exactly. And that's what the best do with normal shitty dialogue. And whereas Wicked was very well written, but Gladiator, not so much. However, if you're out there for Thanksgiving with your friends and family, you're not going to be disappointed. It's a fun popcorn movie, and it's fun. Like there's some really cool shit in it that you'll enjoy. So, but it just won't top the first one.
Can we expose somebody here for not appreciating the artwork that is the first Gladiator?
Is that Bob who hates Gladiator? You're the only man on earth that hates Gladiator.
No one said that.
Okay.
I don't hate Gladiator. I think it's a fine movie. But it
Oh,
doesn't.
that sounds like hate to me.
It doesn't like.
What do you mean it's a fine movie?
It doesn't get me all jacked up.
It's like one of the best movies of that era.
It is.
It's fine.
Yeah. No, it's
saying it's fine
It's not even the best.
is like saying you hate it.
It's not even the best Ridley Scott movie within that 5-year period.
You're just wrong.
Yeah.
Black Hawk Down is better than Gladiator.
It's not. It's not.
It's close.
I love Black Hawk Down. It's not better than
Black Hawk
It's
Down's
just
better.
two different movies.
Yeah.
But they're both very, very good for that era, for sure.
And also that era is fucking bananas loaded. What do you want to call that era? Give me 2 years, beginning and end.
So 99 to 2001.
Name a couple.
Well, that is hyper narrow. That's
when
not an
Gladiator
era.
was-
That's a 3-year window.
Yeah, but that's when Gladiator was made.
Well, God, it's tough because I could gun through. I can gun through just Denzel back then. It was Training Day.
Training Day was there. I like Training Day better than Gladiator.
Hurricane was fucking awesome, dude.
Are we going any movie or just like that type of dude movie situation? Because Black Hawk Down is 01, by the way, so I will still put Black Hawk Down above it. I'd have to look up a list of 99 to 2001.
All right, fine. Within 10 years of that movie.
Okay. The Departed, Saving Private Ryan, all these movies just dunk on Gladiator, I think.
But Gladiator
Gladiator is way better than Departed, and I love The Departed.
is awesome.
I love The Departed.
And it came before all of these. Most of them.
I like The Departed for the same reason. It was just fun. Some of the accents were just way, way too much in that one. I mean, you go back and watch it. It's really funny.
You know what movie I like? You know what movie I like better than Gladiator? That's from that era too. That actually might be the same year or like within 1 year of it. Is Gangs of New York? I like Gangs of New York better than
Is
Gladiator.
that after, though?
Before.
It would have been right after, actually. I think it was like 02.
So I would argue
it was shooting while Gladiator was out.
Gladiator was like the first movie of that era, I guess. Like it opened the door for just an incredible 10-year run.
Yeah. And
What is the
it was a
era
good stretch.
called?
I actually
Bro,
don't think that's
Bro
true.
era?
Yeah, I don't think that's true.
Actually, you could call it bro era, and here's why. All those comedies, the best comedies were.
Yep.
masculine bro era.
Well, no, because they were all dorks for comedy.
But it was bro-y
Super
stuff.
bad.
Bro-y.
Yeah, it was bro-y stuff. Pineapple Express, 3-Year-Old Virgin.
I would say if you want to go what opened that era,
Anchorman.
the two movies of the bro renaissance, whatever
Saving
that
Private Ryan.
really kicked it open are Braveheart and Saving Private Ryan. And then everything flowed through that.
Yes. Oh, goddamn, dude. Saving Private Ryan was so good.
So Saving Private Ryan kicked off. People will never understand the cultural impact that Saving Private Ryan had. There is no Call of Duty without Saving Private Ryan. There is no like every other war movie, including Black Hawk Down. It kicked off everything. It kicked off the miniseries renaissance with Band of Brothers. Band of Brothers is a director's old Saving Private Ryan, and then miniseries became prestige television after that. Like
Generation Kill and all this stuff.
Its impact is comically immeasurable, but like it had a huge impact on video game. I mean, on everything.
And let's not forget that during Saving Private Ryan, that's when Kevin Spacey got that guy to jack him off.
Yeah, and that's
the Marine.
Yes.
He came to the
Yeah.
To completion, by the way. To completion.
What year is that?
98.
Yeah, and to completion.
98.
To completion, and he had to sit in his own cum the rest of the movie, remember?
Because
And,
97, the year before, was a crazy year, too.
Titanic.
You think he popped off
Titanic.
to the guy trying to find his arm?
I hope so. I hope it was the most graphic scene in that opening. Because it was in the opening, you said.
No, it wasn't?
Yeah, it was.
I thought it was the opening scene.
No, it was. But that's it's like
D-Day's the
20
opening
minutes.
scene.
It's like
Oh,
20
okay,
minutes
okay.
where you're like, okay, cool.
Yeah,
that was
yeah,
enough
yeah.
time to get hard cum, all that other
Right,
stuff.
right.
And good for him for that. And then for you guys, Jessie and I are watching your little make 'em up, and we love it, by the way. Penguin.
Oh, I thought you were going to say Dune.
No.
Yeah, because they haven't watched Penguin.
You're not in on Dune?
Not yet. No, I'm not going to. I don't know if I'm going to venture into that. But
And Penguin, though, is really just like you
The
just can't.
Sopranos.
Yeah, you just can't make a normal crime show anymore. It's like I said, you can't make a Holocaust movie. It's got to be a Magneto origin story.
Yeah.
You can't make a
But
crime
there's
movie.
no need to call it the Penguin. It could have.
Nope, there's no need.
It could have
Yep.
been
Right.
Yeah.
whatever his name is.
Yep.
Oz fucking
Homegirl's
Stanfield
hot,
or
though,
whatever.
right?
Yeah. Same thing with.
Yeah.
You could have made. Think about how much better
Like,
the
I see
first.
it.
Think about how much better the first Joker would have been if it wasn't about the Joker.
That's the way I felt about the Todd Phillips movie.
That's what I'm
That's
saying.
why I like the Todd Phillips movie. I don't like the make 'em up bullshit where there's cartoon characters and we're all fucking talking like this.
Yeah.
That feels what I feel like I'm watching right now with the Penguin is I feel like I'm watching The Sopranos.
Yeah.
It's pretty fucking close.
think they're
Even
going for
Homeboy, Colin Farrell is
Is
doing pretty close to a
playing
Gandolfini
yeah.
accent in that. So it's good, and I know they're saying it's going to win all the awards and all that other stuff. I think we're halfway through it, but I'm in. I also can't figure out why he wants to sit in makeup for 3.5 hours in the morning and then at night to get it off, and when they just could have cast a fatter actor.
Yeah, they could have done that. But, I mean, it's Colin Farrell.
I know, and I'm starting to actually now like see Colin Farrell.
I am
in
too,
it.
as the series goes on.
So I'm like, okay, I guess it had to be him. I don't know.
To get it made, maybe.
Get it made, but then also like I can see him. I could see his acting, his whole shit.
Well, he was the Penguin in the movie.
He was, but again, if you're going to greenlight a series too, you almost need him for that as well, where it's like, all right, it's just throwing another guy in there. They probably wouldn't have made it without him.
No.
So,
But you've seen the Dune movies, right? Mm-hmm. So it's good. The show's good.
are the actors more physically demanding than Timothée Chalamet?
Yeah. So you get Travis Fimmel, who's awesome.
Oh yeah, from Viking. Yeah.
Yeah.
Now this takes place 10,000 years before.
Then I might like it better then because Chalamet was the only one that took me out of that fucking thing. Where I was just like, I can't watch you in saggy leather pants.
I like Chalamet, but Zendaya is the one that got me out of Dune.
Zendaya, every time she spoke, I was ripped out of.
like tight leggings
The
are
suspension.
baggy on you.
Yeah.
It's just. She didn't have the voice for it.
Well, quick recommendation too for softcore history. I would watch Gladiator II and have a reaction to it because you're going to fucking lose your minds at some of those
Is
scenes.
it supposed to be factually
No, it's
historically
Ridley Scott.
No, do you know?
accurate?
Have you
No.
heard Ridley Scott? I think he said this in response to Napoleon because historians were finally like, "All right, you've gone too far." But his response to all his movies being historically inaccurate, because Gladiator, the first one's fairly historically inaccurate, but people were just like, whatever, it's sweet.
Yeah, same here.
Yeah, I
But-
mean, it's fucking Marcus Aurelius, right? Like in the beginning.
Yes,
Yeah.
who
Yeah.
was not killed by his son and who did not want to restore the Republic. You also wouldn't use catapults in an open field battle. You would only use them in a siege battle. But he just eventually was like, you know what, I'll say to historians, were you bloody there? Then no, shut the fuck up.
Exactly. And that's what I always say. Like, if you weren't there, who cares? Like, let him do what he wants. And it was fun because I do believe that great white sharks were inside the Coliseum, and I love it. I love it so
Maybe
much.
they were.
I know.
Were you there?
No, I wasn't there.
You know what's weird about that,
Wasn't
though?
there.
There is an easy fix for that, the shark thing.
What's that?
Just use crocodiles. Because no
Oh,
one
yeah.
will.
Did
no
they
one-
exist back then in Rome?
Yeah. I mean, no. Well, Rome owned Egypt, so you just fuck off to Egypt, grab some crocs, bring them up, toss them in the
like that.
Colosseum.
I like that,
The
yeah.
shark thing just seems like an unnecessary fuck you to historians. Like,
yeah,
just put a
and he
fucking
would do
kraken-
that though, wouldn't he?
Yeah, he would
do that.
He would just put a kraken in the
Yeah,
Colosseum.
yeah.
Yeah. Oh, that's funny. That's really fucking funny. But it's good. You'll like it. It's an enjoyable old school popcorn movie where you're like, all right, rad. Let's fucking go here. do you got a crime corner or a nature nook today? People were on me last week that we didn't have enough violence for a nook, and I was like,
look, I can't make animals attack people.
I know. And so,
do you have that, or do you want me to do a Liam Payne update, or do you want
with what?
the missing Hawaiian girl?
But we're on YouTube, so this one isn't violent, but this one's really funny.
Okay, let's do that one.
Okay,
then.
so for the Patreon, we'll give you violence.
We'll give you violence for Patreon, okay?
Which what?
A nook.
We'll get nooks.
We'll do Nook.
Yeah, but we'll get nukes for the nook.
Sure.
If we do violence over here, all right? So forgive us today.
Oh, happy Thanksgiving.
I made it.
Oh, my
Right on
God.
cue. Right on cue. I wonder for people who only listen to audio if they think every week, like, what am I making it for and taking a deep breath? It's just me timing up my mouth movements with the guy dying and getting eaten
With
alive
the guy,
by the bear.
from
Yes.
Grizzly Man.
Thank you.
Getting attacked by the bear and the amount of
Yes.
screams.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
All right, so Bob, this is Bob. Take it away.
Yes.
What's up?
One day, hopefully on the Patreon, we'll be able to see a moose just walking through the wilderness with an unexplained set of viscera hanging from its horns. You know what I mean?
right.
Just intestines, maybe a head on one of it, like it's
Yeah.
a fucking on a spike.
For sure.
Because people don't respect moose.
Is that what's the plural of moose?
Moose,
I think it's moose.
Is it really? It's not meese?
It's meese, dude.
Meese.
There's no
People
way
don't
it's
meese.
meese.
People
There's
don't
no way
respect
it's meese.
Okay.
People don't respect
I
meese.
like meese.
I think it's mooses.
Which is weird because it's huge.
It is. It's a huge animal in real life.
Yeah.
Yes.
Like a comically large, you don't even understand how it's so big. One of my favorite videos we ever did on this page on this show was the two drunk guys who were playing with the moose, and the guy was like,
it's a
"Get away!"
classic.
And the guy was like, "What is this? Is this your moose or something?"
Yeah.
And then they shit their pants over. But this guy also no respect for meese.
Meese.
No respect for meese.
How do you not? Okay.
And you're gonna watch his dignity evaporate.
Okay. Let's see it.
Okay. Oh, what's up? Waving to the
Hey, moose.
Holy shit.
It's a large animal.
Laying down, it doesn't.
Once it gets up, you really understand the full.
So now he's
power
taking
of it.
pictures of it, Bob? Is that?
Yeah,
he's
he's filming
videoing.
it.
He's
The
going
moose
to
is
walk
stretching.
around. He's going to do a gaga.
Oh
That's so good. Literally the
No.
opposite of violence. The opposite of violence.
no! Fucking way,
Fight
dude.
or flight or flop.
Oh,
Holy! You could never live that down,
You're
dude.
gone forever.
oh.
Oh my!
Show
God.
that
Is
as
that
a
a
best
man or a
man.
woman?
At a best.
Yes, I was
at a
just
best
thinking that at a
man
wedding.
speech. Show
Yep.
that. Show that.
It's so
Oh,
bad.
dude, he's not getting married. The wife's not going to fuck him after that.
Maybe she doesn't know about it, right? But you've got to show him. You got to show her.
That is Jackson Hole.
He literally just made him flinch.
Oh my God! He just laid down on the ground.
So
in a
for
fetal
audio
position.
listeners, it was
Show
a
it
moose
one more
that just
time,
like
yeah.
faked out.
I think you can hear
going
his body
after.
laughing in the background.
No, that's him screaming.
Oh my God!
goes-
That's his scream.
Yeah, he goes meow and then lays down on the ground, and the moose is like loser and walks away, dude.
Oh my God!
I like that,
dude.
Bob. That's perfect for you too.
It's
I
perfect
like
for
that.
YouTube, and it's a nice way to say when it really comes to petting the moose. No, I'm going to lay down in the fetal position, then just take it because his ass was facing the moose too.
He basically presented himself.
He
to the
presented
moose.
himself.
Yeah.
He said, "Go ahead,
Go
just
ahead
go.
and rape me, like whatever. This
Do
is
what you're
be.
gonna do." And the moose is like, "No, thank you.
No, thank you.
You're
lost,
ugly."
Who lost more dignity, that or Raccoon Dad?
Oh gosh. Well,
I still go Raccoon Dad because there was a woman there, and he couldn't protect his woman. Like that's fucked up.
no, I don't know if the mom was there in that one. It was
the kid.
dad carrying the kid out, and the raccoon starts like attacking him, and he literally just throws the kid
And screams
runs
and runs.
inside.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. That one's
I don't
worse.
think they're.
that
Yeah.
one's worse.
I don't know if that's like you can't come back from that kind of indignity, but like this.
Sure.
this guy could maybe make a joke about it or whatever, but
Yeah.
you can't throw your kid and run inside the house and ever like
live again.
Mm-hmm.
No, you can't. You can't. Man. All right, kids. Short week this week. Obviously, we're off Thursday for Thanksgiving and Friday over here.
we will have a RPR though.
An RPR for Patreon
On
tomorrow.
Thursday.
Yeah. Are we airing it Wednesday or Thursday? What do we do?
Let's go live tomorrow. Sorry.
What are we doing?
I
Up to
don't
you.
think we should do it Thursday.
Yeah. So yeah, most
tomorrow.
people are watching football in the Macy's Day, so we'll
Basically,
we'll air it on Patreon tomorrow. Yes.
We'll be with you one more day before the giving of thanks.
Tomorrow morning, correct. And in the meantime, we will be live on Drinkin Bros Sports for the NFL show in 5 minutes. We had to flip-flop the schedule here because ESPN now owns the rights to college football and their playoff system. So God forbid they don't do a 1 hour fucking special on Tuesday nights that they force everybody to watch and then make everybody else wait for the rankings to come out because they want to just squeeze every last cent out of you for football season. Jesus Christ, man. No need for that show, by the way, Bob. You know? No. That ESPN show.
It's the worst.
There's just, we're going to unveil it slowly over an hour. And it's like, cool, man. The top 5 didn't lose. We all know they're going to be.
I bet it crushes, though.
Ratings-wise?
Yeah.
Yes, it does. And that's why they do it. And that's why they make us all wait. So NFL will be up next. Drinkin Bros podcast will be on Patreon this afternoon. And do you guys have a Crime Corner coming out tomorrow?
We do. We have audio coming out.
Every week it's a surprise that I ask. And,
We got Joel. What's coming out?
Don't ask him. He doesn't know.
What was the last one we did on Patreon?
Oh, boy.
Key West.
Key West.
The Fred Butner.
There you go.
Butner, dude. The maybe murder, maybe suicide off the La Concha Hotel in Key West.
Okay, and that'll air
It's a
tomorrow
fun
night.
one. The audio will come out tomorrow night. Patreon is already up if you guys want to watch the
That's true.
video.
Yeah, it comes out a week early.
But if you are not on Patreon, that's fine.
Yeah, Drinkin Bros podcast Patreon
will be out.
Yes. We appreciate you tuning in. Kids, go to iTunes, rate this show a 5-star, and leave a quick review. Also, head on over to Spotify. It's just a 5-star, and you can walk away. For Jessie Wiseman, a.k.a. The Jables, I'm Ross Patterson. This is The Revolucion. Buenos tardes, everyone.